Hello participants, welcome to the capacity building program under National Mission on Libraries. I am Hema Choling, working with ImplementNet Center as a scientific and technical officer. Today let us discuss about the topic on library automation, cataloging and OPAC. So let us have a look at the objectives first, where we will be covering different aspects of automated cataloging and OPAC. Like advantages of automated cataloging and its features, how to create and maintain master database or authority file, and what are the basic requirements of catalog module, and what is the process of computerized cataloging, and also we'll discuss about the major standards for bibliographic formats and user services, and how to generate different reports, and also see the search options here. Now let us see the learning outcome of this module. One will know about the basics of automated cataloging processes, OPAC, and the flow of work in the integrated library management system. One will have an understanding on components of an automated cataloging system, the process of retrospective conversion of bibliographic records of library documents, and also have a fair idea about search techniques as well as Boolean search. Automated cataloging systems are useful for managing clerical and repetitive processes involved in manual cataloging, as well as in promoting exchange and use of cataloging data locally, regionally, nationally, and globally. Over the past 20 years, databases and online public access cataloging have gradually replaced card, sheaf, and microform catalogs. The catalog records have become central bibliographic record for the exchange management system. A computerized catalog record requires to be standardized for the interchange of cataloging records, standardization, and structuring of cataloging records also, which are based on content designators such as Mark 21, CCF, Unimark, and other similar standards. Let's see the basic objectives of a catalog, which is defined by Charles Cutter as early as 1876. He said, to enable a person to find a book of which either the author, the title, or the subject is known, or to show what the library has by a given author or a given subject or in a given kind of literature, and to assist in the choice of a book as to its edition bibliographically or as to its character. Wherein one has to create a record for a document only once. So let us discuss the advantages now. So no main or added entries of catalog are necessary here. Any field may be made searchable, where composite and interactive searches extend versatility, and the outputs can be obtained in any desired format. Data input and retrieval is much easier and faster also. Important one is repetitive work is eliminated here. And the import and export of bibliographic record data is possible. And also interlinking with external databases is possible. And catalog module is used for creation of retrospective conversion of library resources. It also facilitates library staff to process the newly acquired library resources, that is Unicode, which is based on multilingual support for Indian and foreign languages. And it is compliant to international standards such as Mark 21, AACR2, Mark XML, and also supports multi-platform for bibliographic database such as MySQL, MS SQL, or any other RDBMS. And also supports cataloging of electronic resources such as e-journals, e-books, as well as virtually any type of material. And supports online copy cataloging from Mark 21 bibliographic database. Also provides default template for data entry of different type of documents. User can also customize their own data entry template for different type of documents. It also provides freedom to users for generating reports of their own choice and format along with template and query parameters. It also provides facility to send reports through email, allows users to save the reports in various formats such as PDF, Excel, Marks XML, etc. It is highly versatile and user-friendly OPAC with simple and advanced search. OPAC users can export their search results in PDF, MS Excel, and Mark XML format. It also supports authority files of personal name and corporate body. It supports data exchange through ISO 2709 standard. One can globally search and replace a word or a phrase. There are different templates for leaders and fixed fields of Mark 21. It allows to generate customized reports. It also facilitates authority database of person name, series name, corporate body, subject headings, and also supports copy cataloging in Mark 21 format by using ISO 2709 standard. Let us see about creation and maintenance of master database now. So modern ILMSs are built on relational databases such as MySQL and MS SQL. Each module of these software are built around a master database consisting of a complete bibliographic record of books, journals, and other documents available in a library. Any number of additions, modifications, and deletions are possible in the master database, and these changes are automatically reflected in all the submodules. Cataloging module also follows the architecture wherein records created in the master database are available to all the catalog submodules. It reduces data entry work and ensures standardization. Generally, master database is a database where entry is to be made once that gets reflected into all other submodules. Modern ILMSs are built on relational databases such as MySQL, MS SQL. Each module of these software are built around a master database consisting of complete bibliographic records of books, journals, and other documents available in the library. Any number of additions, modifications, and deletions are possible in the master database, and these changes are possible in automated, which is reflected in all the submodules. So authority file is essential to index terms or headings such as author headings or subject index terms for better retrieval efficiency. Now let us discuss some of the important authority files. The name authority file. It provides authoritative data for names of persons, organizations, events, places, and titles. Its purpose is the identification of these entities and through the use of such controlled vocabulary to provide uniform access to bibliographic resources. The name authority file provides authoritative data for names of persons, organizations, events, places, and titles. Its purpose is the identification of these entities and through the such controlled vocabularies to provide uniform access to bibliographic resources. Publisher master file contains contact details of all local and foreign publishers who have published books and serials along with their corresponding codes. These codes are generally created locally. Subjects master file. It contains subject descriptors that can be used for books and serials acquired in the library. This master may also include class numbers corresponding to subjects covered. The country file contains names of countries and the corresponding codes for entering details of country of publication in cataloging submodule. The country code is generally based on ISO 3166, where each country is represented by 2 unique characters. Language file contains entries for languages and the 3-digit codes as per the ISDS manual. Library materials are available in different types of physical media, which are defined in master file. These physical media can be selected for creation of bibliographic record. The physical media will help user to navigate required title in different forms of resources. It may be textual document, CD-ROM, magnetic tape, online DVD-ROM, etc. This file includes description and corresponding codes for different physical media. Corporate body master file contains the contact details of corporate bodies that have published books and serials along with their corresponding codes. Meeting master file contains names of the meeting, date, place, and etc. where it was held. Most of the options for meetings are similar with corporate body. Series mastered file contains names of the meeting, date, place, etc. where it was held. Most of the options for meetings are similar with corporate body. The master file contains names of the meeting, date, place, etc. where it was held, and most of the options for meetings are similar with the corporate body. Now let us have a look at the basic requirements for the catalog module. So in view of the recent developments in ICT, ILMS should provide appropriate facilities in its catalog module. The ILMS must support the important features and functionalities, that is, it should provide support for a variety of classification schemes and vocabulary control systems, example subject headings, list or thesauri, and electronic resource description formats. And it also supports standard bibliographic and authority record format, example MARC, CCF, etc. Also facilitate export or import of records from tape, disk, or other devices. Retrial of bibliographic record and its modification at any time once it has been created. Then it covers items like monographs, serials, government documents, or any other type of documents. It should facilitate catalog data to be added, validated, updated, and removed online from the workstations. And also support withdrawal of items, export and import of records from other services, facilitate incorporation of changes in the MARC, authority format, or other national or international standard formats. Generation of various kinds of references from authority records also, and also accommodate personal, corporate, and topical name headings in a name authority file, title, uniform title, and series entries in a title authority file, and subject headings in a subject authority file. It should reflect count of all records added, edited by a specific operator, or over a specified time period. It should generate list statistics of items added or tabulated by call number, document type, then adjustment location, etc. And also it should produce a list of all citations with authority file, violations, and also support backup of all cataloging records in suitable media, that is magnetic, optical, etc. And easy recovery of records is required. The process of computerized cataloging. The catalog model consists of number of options and processes that include titles in process. Here the titles which have been entered in the acquisition module will appear under this option in the cataloging module. It allows to feed the missing information, correct the details like title, author, edition, publisher, place, year, subject headings, keywords, physical description, and if required, feed local holding information such as shelving location, collection type, lending, reference, special, and classification number, book number, accession number, and other relevant information about the title from the physical book or from other sources. There are a number of options for retro conversion of bibliographic records of books and other documents in the library. That is, in manual system, majority of the libraries create bibliographical records in the database by manually keying in the data using different data sources such as data input sheets, then accession register, shelf list, etc. In the catalog module, The record is standardized by entering additional data elements and rendering of access points with the help of authority file. Existing library catalog, that is development of library OPAC, started a long back in many libraries of the world, and at that time integrated library automated packages were not available. As such, cataloging data available in different format can also be merged into the catalog database of newly installed ILMS. So Union Catalog, in Union Catalog, Union Database is unified online library catalog of books. These books and journals of the participating libraries contains bibliographic description, location and holdings information of the books, journals, theses, etc. It is a major source of bibliographic information that can be used for interlibrary loan, collection development, as well as for copy cataloging and conversion of bibliographic records. In commercially available files of MARC records, records from external databases may be downloaded directly from the relevant online databases such as OCLC or CD-ROM databases, and in other sources, copy cataloging denotes the process of downloading bibliographic records from cataloging utilities or vendor online systems. This is the most popular method in many libraries. Creating complete new bibliographic records from scratch is known as original cataloging. Many libraries download bibliographic records directly to local online catalogs from bibliographic databases such as OCLC, then InfluBnet's InCat, a commercial vendor database, or other library online catalogs. Let's see now the import-export facility. Now data import and export facility is available in most of the ILMS software, which facilitates import MARC records, that is data downloaded from various sites or files obtained from the publishers, LOC, InCat, etc. to ILMS software. And also export ILMS records into MARC 21 format. Convert CCF, that is Common Communication Format records, into MARC format, and also import MARC XML data into ILMS software. And then also we have the provision to add accession numbers to imported data. Now let's see about the standards for bibliographic formats. There are a number of standard bibliographic formats that can be used for cataloging bibliographic records in a library. Like the most widely used bibliographic standard is MARC. The credit for recognizing the need for developing a record structure and the format goes to Library of Congress so as to facilitate exchange of bibliographic information between libraries, then group of libraries and computer systems. MARC 1 format was developed in 1966. That was superseded in 1967 by MARC 2, often referred to as MARC. Presently, most of the ILMS software are using MARC 21 format. Common Communication Format, that is UNESCO's General Information Program recommended MARC format for libraries and UNICIST reference manual for abstracting and indexing agencies. However, since it is common for developing countries to support only a single bibliographic agency, some of the countries raised the need for evolving a new standard since neither of the two formats were entirely satisfactory. The direct result of this dissatisfaction resulted to development of Common Communication Format, that is CCF. It was first published by UNESCO in 1984. Resource Description and Access, that is RDA. It is a standard for cataloging that provides instructions and guidelines on formulating bibliographic data, which is intended for use by libraries and other cultural organizations such as museums and or archives. RDA is the successor to the Anglo-American cataloging rules. Second edition, that is ASEA 2, the current cataloging standard set for English language libraries. RDA was initially released in June 2010. The primary distinction between RDA and AACR is structural. RDA is organized based on the functional requirements for bibliographic records, that is FRBR. These principles identify both the user tasks, which is a library catalog, should make possible, and a hierarchy of relationships in bibliographic data. The encoding deals with the way individual characters represents in the files and records. It deals with text within records almost exclusively. Characters have long been represented by one byte that is composed of 8 bits and capable of representing 256 different values per character. This is quite sufficient for all Western European Indic languages taken once at a time. However, when it is required to encode characters of 2 or more different character sets, there are not enough numbers to represent all the characters needed. Thus, for completeness in a multilingual world, it was necessary to enlarge the numbers of available code points. So, Unicode is a universal encoding scheme using 16 bits to represent each character instead of 8 bits. It has the advantages of being simple, complete, and is being widely adopted. Unicode is a computing industry standard for the consistent encoding, representation, and handling of text expressed in most of the words writing system. It supports more than 150 languages to create bibliographical records in multilingual formats, developed in conjunction with the Universal Character Set standard and published in book form as the Unicode standard. Unicode is controlled by the Unicode Consortium and is the operational equivalent of the ISO 10646 standard. ASCII defines all the characters necessary for English and many special characters. There are a wide variety of 8-bit character encodings in use around the world, but the most common is that of the American Standard Code for Information Interchange, that is ASCII. This code has been used as the basis for most other 8-bit codes. The lower 128 are left alone. They contain the Latin alphabet, numbers, control codes, and other special characters, and the top 128 characters are used for a second language. Thus, there is a universal compatibility at the low 128 level and almost none for the rest. Now let us see the user services. The cataloging or OPAC module of ILMS can be used to provide the services like current awareness, bibliographical services. In principle, current awareness services and bibliographic services are the same, while current awareness service is generated periodically and bibliographic service is created on demand. Now let us have a look at the different reports to be generated. Most of the ILMS support basic and advanced level reports with standard filter options, and user can create multiple templates depending on requirement by selecting fields. That is, it can generate basic report with limited number of fields with standard filters by class number, titles, collection type, language, shelving location, and accession number, record ID, subject headings, and recent titles added, location, accession number, that is, we can also accession number also in ranges, and user's name, etc. One has to enter appropriate parameters and filters as well as select the desired template and get the report. And in advanced report, it can using Boolean operators by selecting requisite mark fields and subfields too. There are good number of filters to limit the search based on user needs. Now let us see the search options. The search option available on OPAC module facilitates search for the required documents in library database in view, print or save the results. Search option is most powerful feature of the most of the OPAC. The options normally available are quick search or basic search or simple search, and also complex search or advanced search or expert search, and also member search. Basic search or simple search option provides a simple search box that enables users to search the bibliographic information of the documents. The default search box allows users to enter his or her query by entering keywords in the search box and selecting appropriate field. By clicking on the search button, it retrieves the results from the databases. In other words, it is a simple keyword search with search for occurrence of search terms anywhere in a record with user defined search filtering options. It can be accessed only by a single access point, and there is limited option for searching. Advanced Boolean or expert search option available enables users to perform search through entire database using any of the Mark 21 based tags. The operation in simple, first choose the tag to search and select the corresponding field or subfield of that tag, enter the search term, and then apply the Boolean operator to perform the search. The most common Boolean operators are AND, OR, and NOT. Member search option is useful when a library member wants to see his or her own status or privileges, items issued or reserved, renewed, and items issued from book bank can also be tracked. The member can also suggest, recommend useful new books to the library through OPAC. Some of the ILMS software provides feedback option to the member for improving the library services. Now finally, let us summarize so far what we have discussed. So you have already known the most important, know that the most important housekeeping activities associated with any modern library comprise of acquisition, cataloging, circulation, serial control, and the access of a library depends to a large extent on the efficient and effective organization of these housekeeping activities. So in this module, we discussed the objectives, advantages, features of computerized cataloging and OPAC, and also we have covered various master databases, standards, reports, and user services. And also we have gone through the online public access catalog, that is OPAC, which is an indispensable information retrieval tool for libraries. It is still the only gateway to library resources which every library users across access for their required information from the library collection. The module also highlighted various search options like basic search, advanced search using Boolean operators, that is AND, OR, and NOT. And also we have seen the member search also. So that is all in this module. Thank you.